Hello everyone, I just wanted to touch upon a few things to make sure that we were clarified, I guess is a better word of what I'm trying to think of, from your quiz, and then just a couple things about what to expect in the class. So, the quiz that you guys took last Friday, a lot of you got this question wrong, and then you asked me how do you simplify this one. So if I have log base 3 of 3, most of you left that as your answer, but this can actually simplify down to your final answer being 1. That's the case for any of them. So if I have log base number of a number, it will always equal 1. And the reason is, if I were to leave it like this, if you were to evaluate this, meaning you set it equal to x, you would rewrite this and take this base 3 and it becomes the base to that x, and you get 3 to the x is equal to 3. And then 3 to what power is 3? In this case, x would have to be 1. So that's how it equals to 1. So you need to be careful if you ever see log base of the same number, it will always simplify to 1. So that's the first thing I want to touch about. Secondly, there was questions about the change base formula. This is where if I had log base b of a, this can be rewritten as log of a over log of b. You only need that formula if your calculator doesn't simplify, or excuse me, doesn't have that log base. So for example, if I were to go here, my calculator, if I only have an older version, it only allows you to do log of 10 divided by, I don't know, log of 5. But if your calculator can actually get this log base right here, where you can put those numbers of 5 and 10, then you can see how I got the same answer. So no, you don't need to know your log of, or your change of base formula, as long as your calculator changes the base. If you have an older calculator, then yes, you need to know your formula. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is on the class calendar, there was a link to a TI-84 graphing calculator. There's an app that you can download. It's an extension to your Chromebooks, and it allows you to have a graphing calculator just like this on your Chromebook. You're more than welcome to use that. If you have your own calculator, don't worry about it, but that way everyone has access to it. A couple other questions that keep coming up is about assessments. I cannot guarantee that there will be a major assessment for the rest of the school year, only because it's hard to test all of you and to make sure that the academic integrity, that you're not cheating, you don't have your notes out, because I can't monitor all of that. You will be doing weekly quizzes, and that's my kind of way to see whether or not you're learning the material. But whatever changes, I will let you know. But that was originally on the calendar, and then the more we talked about it, it's kind of hard to figure it out. I still will be giving you quizzes or checkpoints so I can see where you are. The main thing is that you need all this material for your next math classes that you take. It's a requirement, so you need to make sure you're trying your best to get all this figured out. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of what's expected of you or not during this time, but I just wanted to make sure that you know all these different pieces. You are still required to be doing your schoolwork. So for example, if you were passing this class up until this quarantine, and you decide to not do the stuff for the rest of the semester, you technically would get an incomplete for the semester, and you would need to finish all this material at some point in time in order to get a passing grade. So as long as you are continuing to do what you need to be doing, checking in with me, and doing reassessments, which is allowed, then you can see your grade improve. You just need to make sure that you're doing what's required of you and that you're not just doing nothing. Okay, so I'm trying my best to keep the lessons short and sweet, and that you don't have to spend hours upon hours doing your work. If you can't get something done on a day that I write, great. Get it done at some other point and just make sure that you're staying on top of your schoolwork. I'm going to try and hold some class meetings where we can talk and answer questions. Don't feel like you have to go to those things. It's just more, it gives you the opportunity to ask questions by talking rather than typing them out in an email, because I know how much of a pain that can be. Other than that, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Please just keep checking on the class calendar, as that's where I'll be updating everything. And it gives you an idea of what to expect for the rest of the school year. Hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. Hopefully you can go enjoy this weather because it's finally nice out. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. If not, hope to see you all soon. Talk to you later.